Hi, this is Stelios from the Test Academy, and in this video I'm gonna talk about a very exciting topic, autonomous shipping, which is a vision for shipping in the era of artificial intelligence. The first thing we need to ask is, what is autonomous shipping about? So we've seen in other videos produced by the Tesseract Academy about automation, optimization, machine learning, deep learning, many other topics. So autonomous shipping basically asks the question, what if all these things come together and are integrated into a ship and help us build the ship of the future? According to Waterborne TE, an autonomous ship is described as a next generation modular control systems and communication technology, which will enable wireless monitoring and control functions both on and off board. So the idea is that the ship can be controlled remotely, and as this technology progresses, it will be completely autonomous. It will not require not even remote control, it will just require maybe some remote checking every now and then. There's a grand vision, but most companies don't believe that this will be reached anytime soon. Rolls-Royce is a company that is really pushing to materialize this vision, and they believe that starting from 2020 up to 2035, they'll start from remotely controlled vehicles and they'll move towards completely autonomous unmanned ships, which are running on AI-based control systems, and a human will only intervene remotely if there is some kind of critical situation that requires human control. So it's not only Rolls-Royce that believes in this vision. The European Commission as well, in a report, they have stated that they believe that autonomous shipping is going to be a key factor in growth in the next few decades. There are different kinds of autonomy. So first of all, we have the manned ship, which is what we have right now. Traditional ship with a very large crew. Then the vision that we are exploring now is the remote ship and the automated ship. This means that there's a smaller crew than before because many systems are autonomous, they can work on their own, and many other systems are remotely controlled. And the fully autonomous ship is a ship that requires minimal intervention by a human. Ideally, the autonomous ship should be able to complete a trip with no intervention at all. There are many related topics to autonomous shipping, actually many different problems that need to be solved and challenges to overcome in order to materialize this vision. The technical side, we have navigation technology, automated onboard systems, remote control technology, and on the human factors, we have issues such as the regulation, adaptation of the workforce, and also what would happen in incidents such as piracy. How can we prevent this? It's clear that the reason that autonomous shipping is the future is because there are many economic benefits. So first of all, with smaller crew, this is a cost that the companies are going to save on. And secondly, the ships can have a more efficient design and the space can be utilized in a different way. There will be no need for crew quarters, for sewage, etc. This means that more cargo will be able to fit in the ship. Also, the crew will be more specialized. They will be used for other things and not for jobs which can be very simply automated. Something else that's very important is that human error is still the main factor of mistakes and problems in shipping. So by eliminating the human component or by reducing it, we hope that we can also avoid bad incidents at sea. Let's take a look at the current research that's taking place in autonomous shipping. As I mentioned, there are many different challenges that need to overcome to reach this vision of the autonomous ship. One of those challenges is collision avoidance, and this is a very interesting paper. I'm not going to go into details, I'm just providing you with an overview of the various challenges. In this paper, you can see how they build a system that is taking into account hardware such as communication and GPS and different conditions in order to avoid colliding with other ships, with objects, etc. Obviously, this solution is application of already existing technologies. In the paper, the researchers mentioned fuzzy logic and some other technologies. So it's very likely that as machine learning progresses, some of those solutions will change as well, because we come up with more efficient general purpose algorithms. Another solution for collision avoidance, for example, is a very creative solution to use unmanned aerial surveillance systems. So this is a solution proposed by Joachim Perez. And you can see that in this picture here, you have an unmanned aerial vehicle that scans the area for any objects that the ship should avoid before the ship reaches this point. Another related challenge for autonomous shipping is automated inspection. With no crew on board, there needs to be some way to inspect if there's any damage on the hull of the ship or if there are any other issues around the ship. And the proposed solution is the use of autonomous robots. So there could be devices like this one, this autonomous underwater vehicle, which goes around the ship and detects any issues that show up by using cameras and artificial intelligence. The biggest challenges right now, however, for autonomous shipping are not necessarily technological, because technology progresses and most of these challenges will be overcome sooner or later. The main challenges that autonomous shipping is facing right now is, first of all, the legal regulation, because it's a gray area basically. It's not clear whether autonomous ships are allowed and how regulations should treat them and who's liable in case an accident happens, etc. And the second challenge is that there are no standards right now around autonomous shipping. So this is something that, once again, needs to be developed. And that's very critical, because if you have autonomous vehicles in the sea, they should be able to exchange data in order to avoid collisions, in order to communicate with each other. So it's very likely we're going to see the creation of many different standards in this area coming out in the next few years. So something which I find very exciting personally is I'm really keen on seeing how this interplay between autonomous shipping and AI and other technologies will play out in the near future. As I mentioned earlier, we have general purpose algorithms that are becoming better and better. We have deep learning, which is rapidly advancing, and some people have started talking about general AI. So I'm very interested to see how this will be applied in autonomous shipping. And finally, in terms of standards and exchanging data and regulations, blockchain can be a very powerful technology, because it can facilitate the exchange of data in compliance with any regulations that will show up in the future. It's a technology that I believe will be a key factor in economic growth in the next few decades, and I'm sure we're gonna see more and more exciting stuff coming out in this area. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to check some other of our videos in which we cover topics such as blockchain, machine learning, deep learning, and many others. So this was Stelios from the Tesseract Academy. Thank you, and hope to see you soon.